Hello students, welcome to our course photochemistry. And under photochemistry, in this lecture we will discuss about Norris type 2 reaction. So Norris type 2 reaction is basically a photochemical reaction of carbonyl compound, aldehyde or ketone. They must have gamma hydrogen and it should take place in the presence of light. So if this is a general structure of a carbonyl compound, if we count, this is carbonyl functional, this carbon which is alpha, this carbon is beta, and this carbon is gamma. On this gamma carbon, this is basically methyl, we rewrite it. So these three hydrogen which is attached to gamma carbon is also called gamma hydrogens. So one of this gamma hydrogen is undergo homolytic cleavage from the radical. One radical comes on this carbon and on this hydrogen, and this double bond is broken through free radical homolytic cleavage. So this radical on oxygen and this hydrogen radical, they form a single covalent bond here, and this one of the radicals come on this carbonyl carbon. So this if we count here, this is 1 2 3 4. So this is 1 4 diradical, 1 4 diradical. So whether if we count number of the atom from starting from the oxygen in the reactant molecule, if we start from oxygen, this is 1 2 3 4 5, and this hydrogen is 6. So this is basically 6 membered. So 6 membered. So that is why, okay, I will tell you that if sometimes the reactant is written in such a way that you cannot recognize, so you have to count the number of atoms. If there are 6, then we can do the Norris type 2 reaction. So this 1 4 diradicals now have two options. One is if this 1 4 diradical form a bond between this carbon and this carbon, then cyclization occur and we get this cyclic 4-membered cyclobutanol type of compound. So cyclization occur. Second opportunity is if it goes into Norris type 2 reaction, then this bond between this 2 and 3 carbon, this is basically beta cleavage occur. So beta cleavage occur, then this bond is broken. So what we get is this radical homolytic cleavage of this bond, this radical and this radical combine to form alkene, and this radical combine to form enol. So we get these two products through beta cleavage, and then this enol form undergo tautomerization. For the tautomerization we use this reversible arrow. So we form this keto group. So we get keto and alkene. So when, this is very important question, when cyclization will occur and when this beta cleavage occur. So how can we distinguish? The answer is, if here this is, if we write here this on this alpha carbon R and R, okay, R is something, we write it, we distinguish it R and R double prime. So we distinguish these two groups. If both the R and double prime are hydrogen, then its Norris type 2 reaction will occur. If both the R, one of the R is H and one other is alkyl group, again this Norris type 2 reaction. If both the groups R1 and R prime are alkyl, then cyclization will be preferred. So cyclization product will be the major product. So this will be the major product. If both the groups are alkyl, then this will be the major product. This is a general rule, but if sometimes depending on the stability of the product, this rule may not be followed. So exception is always there. So we will discuss later on in different examples. So where in depending on the stability of product, how this rule is then not obeyed. So this is the first example. This is heptanol. This is 7 carbon aldehyde. So this is basically photolysis of heptanol. When this heptanol has this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon, this is gamma. So this gamma carbon has 2 gamma hydrogen. So one of the hydrogen undergo homolytic cleavage, this hydrogen radical and this oxygen radical, they may form this single covalent bond OH, and then we form here 1,4 diradical. If we count here 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1,4 diradical. Then this 1,4 diradicals, if it undergoes two options, it's a cyclization product, cyclobutanol will be formed, and if this one beta cleavage occur in this one, then we get this 1-pentene and alkene. Another one is this one enol. So this enol undergo tautomerization to form this acetaldehyde. So this is enol form of acetaldehyde and this is a keto form of acetaldehyde. So this is beta cleavage. So this is for heptanol, that how it goes in Norris type 2 reaction in the presence of light, and it also has heptanol as gamma hydrogen. So this is another example. This is a ketone. So this is ketone has gamma hydrogen, this is alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. So this gamma carbon has gamma hydrogen. So one of the hydrogen, this covalent bond where the hydrogen is attached, undergo homolytic cleavage to produce this carbon radical here and hydrogen radical, and this hydrogen radical then combine with this here, this bond, double bond undergo cleavage to form this oxygen radical. This hydrogen and this oxygen form single covalent bond here, and we get here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,4 diradical. So this 1,4 diradical, now two of possibilities. If this undergo this beta cleavage, this bond is broken, then we get through homolysis, then we get here a free radical on this carbon and free radical on this one. This radical and this radical combine to form here a double bond. This is enol, and this radical and this radical on carbon combine to form here an alkene. This is called, this as a whole, this molecule, this formed, this is called alene. So alenes are unstable, so this route is less favored through beta cleavage because alene are highly unstable molecules. So therefore these 1,4 diradical, they undergo the cyclization to form this cyclobutanol derivative as a major product. So this route with cyclization will be preferred in this case. So this this is if enol is undergo tautomerization, we can get this acetone. So at the end the major product will be this one through cyclization. So these are some more examples of Norris type 2 reaction. So this is a keto compound. So this keto compound, if we count, this is alpha carbon, this is beta, and this is gamma. So this gamma carbon has this gamma hydrogen. So this undergo in the presence of light homolytic cleavage. So this CH bond undergo homolytic cleavage to produce this hydrogen radical and this carbon radical. So this hydrogen radical and then this cleavage of this carbonyl double bond through homolysis produce this oxygen radical. This oxygen radical and this hydrogen radical make this OH bond here, and then we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,4 diradical. This 1,4 diradical, this beta cleavage of this is the alpha bond, this is beta, so this undergo beta cleavage to produce two radicals here. Here this radical and this radical form double bond here, and we get this cyclopentene type derivative, and this is enol form. Then at the end this enol form undergo tautomerization to produce this keto form. So this is the major product in this reaction. So this is another example here in this case. This is another keto compound. So this we count here, this is alpha carbon, this is beta, and this is gamma carbon. So this gamma carbon has this gamma hydrogen. So it undergo in the presence of light. This gamma hydrogen undergo homolysis to produce this hydrogen radical. This hydrogen radical combines with this. This is a double bond of carbonyl. This also undergo homolysis to this hydrogen radical, and this oxygen radical combine to form here OH. So a single covalent bond between this, and then we have this 1,4 diradical. So this 1,4 diradical has now two possibilities. If we undergo beta cleavage, this is alpha bond, this is beta. So if this bond is broken here through homolysis, we get a double bond on this bridgehead carbon. So this bridgehead carbon double bond is make this compound very unstable, because this is a rule which is called Brett's rule, which make if the double bond come on the bridgehead carbon, these are two are the bridgehead carbon. If on one bridgehead carbon this double bond came, this make this product unstable. So this route, we will not follow this route. Instead of this, it undergo 1,4. This 1,4 diradical undergoes cyclization to produce this cyclobutanol derivative. So this is more favorable, this product. So this 1,4 diradical undergoes cyclization to produce this cyclobutanol derivative. This is the end product of this reaction. So this route is more preferable as compared to this one. So thank you very much for paying attention to this lecture. This is the end of lecture. Thanks a lot.